This is the FinesseMedia Podcast, Season 3.
Welcome back with another episode of FinesseMedia Podcast, Season 3. And I'm joined with a great guest tonight, man. Listen, fellas, if you're out there and you need to get your stuff and your swag together, I got the right person for you this time. And finessing the game with us tonight, the CEO, the founder, the owner, the operator of the Quintessential Gentleman Magazine, joining us tonight on the first time for the FinesseMedia Podcast, Season 3. Eric, what's up, man? Welcome to the podcast, brother.
What's going on, my brother? How are you?
I'm good, man. I was joking with you offline with your black and gold shirt on, man. Shout out to the Alphas out there.
Shout out to the Alphas.
Yeah, we'll get into it because we also, before you came on, we spotlighted an HBCU. So we always talk about HBCUs here on this platform, my brother. But we also, as I mentioned, bring on finesses. So people that's finessing the game. So when we reach out to our guests and those that have accepted, I appreciate it. We say, we picked you because we see what you're doing. You're finessing the game. You're performing at the highest level of your craft, Eric. So we're going to unpack this, brand that you have, the Quintessential Gentleman Magazine. So Eric, tell me about yourself before you get into the magazine. Who are you? Where you from, brother?
Sure. So my name is Eric K. Thomas, and I was born in Philadelphia, grew up in New Jersey, went to school in Virginia, Lynchburg College, have a degree in political science, supposed to go to law school. My brother's still asking me if I'm going to go to law school, but I don't know about that. And just overall person, just like going out, doing regular things, as much as possible. We in COVID-19 times. So I don't know.
Can't really do too much. No, so this brand, the magazine, brother, I mean, you got well over 40,000 followers. I'm a fan of the page. My frat brother, Leon, told me about the brand. I've been following it before Season 3, and I said, man, when Season 3 launched, this is a brother that I want to have on. So the Quintessential Gentleman Magazine. Tell our listeners, Eric, about this magazine. When was it started? And what's your vision and idea? And what gave you the inspiration? Now, there's a whole lot to unpack, but give it to us, man.
We got time. No problem. So the Quintessential Gentleman is a media platform that focuses on telling the positive stories of Black and brown men. So it was very important for me back in 2016 to create a platform that really embodies the positive sides of being a Black male. During that time, I just didn't see, I was about 20-something years old, and I just didn't see any particular media platforms that were focused just on Black men and telling their stories. There were a lot of platforms from a fashion standpoint, but what about the business side, the fashion side, the lifestyle, and really having those tough conversations? And what was important to me was to start having those type of conversations that were necessary in our community. I feel like there's a lot of conversations within Black men that we need to have within the brotherhood, and we just were not having them. And I really wanted to start spotlighting those. And for me, it was important to really create a community around being open about the conversations that we're having and honestly talking about the positive sides. This negative narrative that we have, that Black men, all they do is cheat, all they do is do sports, all they care about entertainment and hip hop and all of those type of things. There's so much more to us, and there's so many other men that do so many other things. And I think for me, I just wanted to make sure that we had a platform that you could see yourself in there. Someone else that's wanted to be an entrepreneur, they can be inspired by there. We want to make sure we engage our audience. So I just really wanted to create that platform.
Perfect. And when did you start?
2016. It's 2016 we started. It'll be 5 years in February.
That's dope, brother. That's dope. And you do this, I'm sure, with the team, man, because this brand itself is big, as mentioned before. So who do you do it with? Who are your other partners in this business?
Sure. So I have my PR team, Dane Young with the D Young Agency, very, very instrumental in all of our talent acquisitions. Whenever we talk to, a lot of times when we're reaching out to people to be on our covers, or if we're doing events and we need, high profile people on there, that's who we speak with. I also have my lifestyle editor, which is Q Jackson, who also helps with events. He does a lot of stuff. He's based in Atlanta. I'm based in New York. And then I have a fashion editor, Aaron Campbell. We have a managing editor, which is Justin Jenkins, who does all of the overall all of the overall content for the brand. And then, we have writers, Monique Howard, and then we also have another writer, which is Jasmine. He's gonna kill me, Jasmine Hatch.
Man, you got it sounds like you got an all-star team, my brother.
Yeah,
and how are these people that you hired in, or are they people that you know from, your circle from college days, or who are these folks?
Sure. So, Q Jackson, the lifestyle editor, a very, really close friend of mine. I told him I wanted to start a magazine one day, and he was like, okay, I'm gonna help. Let's go. And so he's been there to help me from the beginning. Dane on our PR side, I've been courting him I think it was probably about 2 years. I was like, man, I need you on my team. I need you to help me. I need you. He kept saying, nah, I don't want to do this. No, I'm not gay. I don't want to do it. And then he started to see the vision, and he saw the vision for the platform and saw the niche and the fact that there's no other publications like that out there specifically for this genre, for this audience. And he was on board, and he's been with us ever since. And then all the other people, again, saw the passion, but we hired them on later.
No, absolutely. And that's a good segue, because the state of black men in 2020, man, you see it everywhere, dude. It's almost like we're brainwashed. And let me just get front with you. This gay that's on the screen, and I think the image, not from just a gay perspective, because I'm not judging for whoever wants to be, homosexual, if you will, but seriously about the narrative, about the negative standpoint. Like, there's so many negative images about the black man that I think what your magazine is doing in 2020 is really erasing those stigmas. So how important, my question to you, Eric, how important is having this magazine in 2020 and erasing those stigmas?
So, definitely gay is not a negative stigma or anything negative to be gay. But there are certain projections of what a gay man is that, they present to you as this is only one type of gay man. So that's one aspect of it. Then you also have, black men aren't fathers to their kids. That's another big thing that we focus on. If you look on our page, we're always posting images, videos about black fathers being with their children, because that's just not the case. And the numbers don't lie that the black fathers are in their kids' life. So for me, all of these various stigmas and stereotypes that have been presented in the media, the TV and entertainment and all of those industries, we're trying to dismantle them one piece at a time, with one image at a time, at one article at a time, with one interview at a time. And it's super important because, again, honestly, being frank with you, we are dying. Black men are being killed. Yes, it's not like it's an accident. We are being killed. Yeah. And, even as much as we want to say, if you look at our platform, you'll see these type of people, and, they're not bad. They're not, they're educated. They're entrepreneurs. They're quintessential. They're trying to be the utmost, the best, the highest class. That doesn't mean anything when you're a black man in America. Mm-hmm. So for us, we really started to take a turn in the content that we were producing. Early on, I was very much hands off on all the negative things. I didn't want to talk about politics. I didn't want to talk about any negativity. I didn't want to show anything about people being killed, because at the time that I created this platform was when Eric Garner was killed. And it prompted me to start that conversation about promoting positivity and showing black men in a positive light. But I realized by me not commenting on those negative things, I was being complicit, because I was not bringing the awareness that was needed for the social injustice. So having these conversations, talking with you right now, interviewing the people that we interview is super important, so that we can erase these stigmas. And black men, we are kings, and we are doing it, and we are great, and we just want to continue to promote that.
Absolutely. No, you guys are doing a fantastic job. And some of the people that, you see Terrence Howard, you see the other cat, Terrence J, that's been featured on your guys' site. What has been response from those types of gentlemen and celebrities, particularly African-American men, when you post them on your page and give them shout out? What has been the response from those gentlemen?
We have a lot of good response, a lot of good feedback. A lot of the content that we produce is a little bit heavy on the celebrity side, just from a marketing standpoint, getting more people to be aware of the brand. But they've been very excited. This is great what you're doing. We appreciate it. When we interview people, when we put people on our covers, they're very receptive because it's like, wow, this is awesome. This is Black owned. This is Black men. You guys are doing it, and you are adding to changing the narrative. And a lot of the people that we focus on and a lot of people that we speak to are doing just that. May it be them creating an initiative to get people to vote, which is what Todd Tucker was doing, and we just interviewed him, or speaking out specifically on entertainment platforms and doing shows that are important. For instance, we did Sinqua Walls, who was on American Soul and telling the story of Don Cornelius. So all of these different people that we speak with are super, super excited, super important to the culture, but even down to the person that we interviewed that just started their own trucking company and just were able to do it in Atlanta, be able to do it on their own, making, millions of dollars in revenue, all of those people as well. Is really just trying to create this community of people that are like-minded. I always tell people, always, I don't create this platform for anyone else. I'm not trying to be anyone else. I'm creating this platform based off of ideals that I look at, that I appreciate, and that I'm interested in. And I'm just trying to find a community that's also interested in that.
Well, you got 40,000 people, Eric. I would say that's interested as heck in what you're doing, man. And so keeping that kind of angle going and starting something that that was not done before. Mm-hmm. Your brothers of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, founded in 1906 at the campus of Cornell University, started that, brother. And I must say, I have respect for all Greeks. For those that know me and follow my audience knows this. So I really want to know about your experience as a member of Alpha Phi Alpha. Where did you join Alpha Phi Alpha? Was it at your undergraduate college? Was it grad chapter? Tell us about that experience.
Yes, I started fall 06. I was a sophomore in college in Lynchburg College. The chapter is Sigma Pi. And I was an ace and a solo, but
No, that's dope. No, that's listen, brother. No, shout out to you. No, paper or made, listen, just be clear. To do something by yourself, sometimes it's just the mental of it. You're a member, so we can talk. Being in a fraternity, man, whether you go through whatever you're going through, you're carving out a piece of your time to be a part of an organization. So if you're working, if you are a student still, most people are, or if you did grad chapter, you're still working. Grad chapter sometimes get it worse because you got a whole family. So outside of the paper and this, I'm saying to this brother, shout out to doing it by yourself, because there's no other motivation mentally speaking around you. So not to involve the process about the physical, because I believe that, frankly enough, this hazing just got to stop. So I won't even get into that. I just more so want to talk about your experience. So being a member of Alpha Phi Alpha, the Ace Club, the Tail Club, which I really like too, because you're an ace and a tail, so you my club. You my club too. Yeah. So being a member, go ahead, sir.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I'm just going to follow up and ask you about being a member of Alpha Phi Alpha. How has being a member of Alpha Phi Alpha sort of helped in your personal development?
So for me, it was really about the brotherhood. I went into it. None of my family, friends that I knew in high school was Greek or anything. My father, when I told him, my father is Nigerian. So when I told him I wanted to join a fraternity, he immediately thought it was a sorority and continued to call it that for a particular time, and also didn't put any money towards me joining as well. But for me, when I started it, there was one particular brother that was there on the campus. His name was Demetrius Cottrell, and I always shout him out as the reason for me wanting to be even interested in being an alpha was because of what he exudes, being able to, he was like an RA, he was, president of the chapter and was doing so many great things. I was like, oh, wow, if this is what being a part of this organization is about, let me get some more information into it. And then after doing my research and just knowing about all the legacy that comes from that chapter, from that organization, that fraternity, I was like, oh, this is definitely for me. There's no other organization I want to be a part of. And after being a part of the organization, that's when the work starts. Everyone, right? I want to get into it all. No, once you're in the chapter, once you are a part of the fraternity,
Listen.
This is when the work really starts. All that other stuff was child's play. So, being able to be a part of that brotherhood, feeling like I had, brothers, that can count on, that I can count on, that counted on me, making sure that the community service part was really, really big for me as well. The things we were doing in our community. Again, I went to a PWI, predominantly white institute. I don't know if people know institution. I don't know if people know the PWI thing, but it was a small chapter, but we were so close, and the things that we were able to accomplish was amazing. And then also just kind of moving that in, and I really feel that has really helped me to be the man that I am today, as it pertains to just the character that I have, the relationships that I have, the networking I'm able to do, and just really feeling like if you see somebody, oh, that's your brother, they're gonna look out for you. Because again, Black men, I don't feel like we look out for each other. We do not do it. And that is something, again, with this platform, I really want to do is like really bring us together, maybe events, conversations, and all of that.
No, definitely, brother. You're right. And it was a post going around on the internet saying, hey, Black men, when you see another Black man, like say hello and don't kind of stare them down. I'm from Chicago, so I'm in dirty, dirty Dallas now. But when I lived in Chicago, Eric, man, it was tough. And it was not being in Chicago, but being in the South, it was tough kind of accepting that, where people will say, hey, hello. You go, hey, what'd you say? And it was like, hey, I was just saying hello. And it was like, all right, I'm just trying to make sure. It's kind of one of those things. And you from Philly, right? You say that?
So it's the same thing. So, being from Philly in that tri-state area, moving down to Virginia, I was not used to that. People were so friendly. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? Checking on you. And that just wasn't my life. And now even in New York, when I have conversations with people, they say, oh, New York is mean and they rude. It's not that we mean or rude. We just mind our business. We got somewhere to go and we hit it. And that's it. So it's just a different lifestyle for sure. I took a lot of things from the South. So I still say, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. All of those type of things. Because that's just what I've been doing for a period of time now.
No, Philly, man. Shout out to Philly, and shout out to one of the finesses from this show, Louis Stansfield, just put out a movie filmed in Philly, Charm City Kings. I felt like, dude, I just watched it last week, Eric. After I got done, I was ready to ride motorcycles. I was ready to get crazy. I felt like I was from Philly just watching that movie. So shout out to the directors in that. I think Jada Pinkett and Will Smith had their hands in it. But if you didn't check that movie out, I would love your take on it because it was shot in Philly. And if it was real, if it was sort of the feeling.
Was it shot in Philly or Baltimore?
Oh, you're right. It was Baltimore.
I think it's actually Baltimore. Right. It's with the 12 o'clock boys.
Baltimore. Somebody's been screaming at me for the last 2 seconds as I've been explaining that. My bad.
We actually interviewed, one of the, I don't have it here, but one of our magazine issues is Jahi Winston. And he's actually the guy that plays in Charm City Kings. And I saw the film, interviewed him. It was an amazing film. I thought it was awesome from the standpoint of the acting to the cinematography to the stunts. It was really, really good. And Meek Mill, I think he did a really, really good time with his acting debut. And then I also thought it was so interesting because we also interviewed Will Catlett, who played the police officer. And in the film, and you guys, again, this is a spoiler alert, so go back, watch it, then come back and finish watching this. But, he played the police officer who was kind of like a mentor to Mouse, which is played by Jahi Winston. And when I had a conversation with him about playing that role, I was like, what you're doing as being a mentor in the police, as a police officer, that's what I wish more police officers would do. And he was like, this is why I would like more police officers to watch this film, because it comes to about being the community, and you forget when you put that badge on that you're here to serve. And that's, you think about this power, this authority that you have, and you're here to serve us, to be there. And a lot of times that gets thrown out of the window.
No, absolutely. It's a great film. So for those that haven't checked it out yet, definitely do that. And when you talk about having this actor on, and interviewing him, that's a great way to my second question, or my follow-up question about this magazine, the future of this magazine. Who would you love to feature? Because you've done a lot of features too, Eric. So who would you love to feature on your magazine?
So as it pertains to the person that I think embodies the quintessential gentleman, I'm thinking about President Barack Obama. I'm thinking about Will Smith. Those people, they just, for me, it's like, oh, wow, those are there. Like Sterling K. Brown's, a lot of the activists that you see today doing a lot of the work out here. I'm like, those are the people I would love to be on the cover. But as one of my future goals is to put someone that's doing something that is I would just say a no-name person on our cover. And because we are so big and we've been in so many people's homes and so many people are aware of us, that person who is a no-name, we put them on our cover and now people know who they are. That is my ultimate goal and the ultimate future idea for the Quintessential Gentleman, is really to be that person that introduces people to Black men and people, and men of color that they should know. That's the goal.
Fantastic. No, that's definitely the goal. And so many blessings will continue to fall in your lap, my brother, when it's not about you. Because that's really what it is. That's really what it sounds like. And that's essentially sort of what this platform is, to bring on people that's, finessing the game. And not all the time people you will know, So if you don't know this brother, Eric here from Quintessential, you'll know him now, and to introduce that. So it's bigger than your platform or having these people on, I would say is a bigger picture than about yourself. So another good segue, because each and every episode on the FinesseMedia Podcast, I ask my finessers, you, Eric, those that have joined us, thank you again, for joining the podcast and being a finesser. But I ask every guest, if you go back and check, I'm not trying to pull you, but if you check out the episodes, I ask every guest, Eric, who's finessing the game for you? So not this person that you may emulate or model after. I know you mentioned that these quintessential gentlemen are people that you want to find and have featured on, but who's finessing the game for Eric? So who's that finesser for you?
Right now, I have to go with my girl, Issa Rae. She is just, my hat is off.
Two names. That's it.
That's it. Like it's amazing, and I love her and her team, because I always, again, you see me right now, I'm the voice, but there's a whole team behind me that makes sure that all of this happens. And it's so important that people really speak on those people that, help them from a PR standpoint, that help them from a management standpoint, and then also the creative aspect of it. I'm not out here designing these magazines because I can't design nothing at all. I always say I'm not creative. I'm innovative, but not creative.
I like
that. So she's definitely, for me, she is the ultimate finesser at this point right now. She's definitely moving in a direction that the conversations that she is having, the things that she's able to do, she's killing right now. She's the Black woman. I love my Black women. So she's doing it. That's the finesse for me right now, for sure.
She's definitely finessing the game. That's a great choice and a great selection. And like you say, right now, she's hot. I mean, I see her as like the Shonda Rhimes for our generation is in terms of the projects that she has, man. And she got her hands on so much stuff. And we also had another finesse on Rashida, who worked on set with her for, for the thing that she got on HBO, Insecure. I had a brain fart. And she tells me how great she was on set and just how down to earth she is and how really she is about her people and bringing folks on in terms of hiring folks on, to continue her project. And so I will say to you, my brother, I agree. She's definitely finessing the game, Issa Rae. But to get the magazine in their homes, online, let our listeners know how they can get your magazine, The Quintessential Gentleman.
Sure. So you will go to theqgentleman.com, and then also you can follow us on all of our social media channels at The Q Gentleman.
That's what's up, man. Well, listen, again, thank you so much, man, for taking the time out for joining the podcast. I know you're an interviewer, so I do respect your interview skills as well, too. So I want to note that. I don't want to take too much of your time. I know you're a busy dude, but I'm going to continue to support you, man. You got to come back. Anything that you want to support, come on, hit us up, hit my brother Leon up, and we'll have you on, and we'll have a good time, my brother.
Perfect. And not sure when this is going to air, but about time that it does air, our next issue will be out, and it has, we are featuring Andrew Batchelor, who is King Batch on social media. He's an influencer, he's an actor, a producer, so many different things. So you guys definitely have to check out that issue. It is our culture issue. We have Kim Fields in that issue talking, as she writes a letter to Black men. We have a thank you letter to Colin Kaepernick, and it's really talking about the last couple of months and having various people's point of views on it. And it's an amazing issue.
Eric, man, you got to come back, brother. You finessing the game. You definitely finessing the game, man. My brother in Greekdom, Alpha Phi Alpha, man. Again, shout out to the Alphas. Shout out to the Black and Gold. You know, I still rep UAPB, so I got Black and Gold in.
I see it. I think I got this one right here in this corner here. I got a little blue white. Here we go.
Yeah, you got a little blue and white.
A little something there for you.
You got a little blue and white, man. That's what's up, man. Eric, CEO, founder of the Quintessential Gentleman Magazine, man. Make sure y'all check it out. Follow, subscribe, do what you got to do. I got to get these magazines because in Texas, I don't see them. So can I get them in the store down here somewhere?
There's not in the store right now. They're print to ship. So if you go to our website, order them, we can definitely ship them out to you.
All right, Dallas. No excuse. So we'll definitely get it, man. Eric, again, thank you for joining the Finesse Media Podcast, my brother. Continue to finesse the game and keep doing your thing.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you, my brother.
Most def, Doc. Have a good one.
This has been another edition of the Finesse Media Podcast. Join us again next week for the latest news from HBCUs. Special guest